Bubba Culture War Commentary, Volume 4, Episode 3. Marker. Who and what defines masculinity to the MAGA base? Obviously, I guess it's guys like Trump, Pete Hegseth, Mark Wayne Mullen, some of these fake tough guys who get up on camera and act like somehow, they're so manly, they're so in control. I mean, it's really pathetic. There was a report earlier this week coming out of the Department of Defense. It's called the Department of Defense, not the Department of War. That the military was going to start testing active soldiers for their testosterone levels. Because if they identified anybody that was low T, that would affect their lethality, their warfighting capabilities. I mean, just the vocabulary alone. It's not the Department of Defense, it's the Department of War. They're not soldiers or troops, they're war fighters. Their lethality. I don't know. Obviously, I love America and I support the military. But when you have a situation where a country like Iran has taken our best shot and is still standing, what does that say about your leadership? How effective is it? If you can't knock out this dusty Middle Eastern country that you say you've obliterated all their troops and their navy and their air force and their ability to wage war, yet they continue to fire rocket after rocket and drone after drone at our allies and our military bases in the Middle East. I mean, it's bizarre. But guys like Hegseth, he's a fake tough guy, just like Trump. Trump comes out on Thursday, talks about, the 2020 election, it's a matter of national security because there's new evidence that there was a, foreign influence in the election. It's complete horseshit. There was no new information that was released. Every conspiracy theory about this has been debunked. Every lawsuit filed on behalf of Trump was tossed out or dismissed by a judge. And it wasn't just like one time, this has happened like dozens of times. This was such a stupid and pointless waste of time that NBC and ABC refused to air it. They refused to break into their regular program. And of course, CBS did for obvious reasons. Fox News did for obvious reasons. But even Trump, by his standards, I guess he didn't snort enough Adderall before the address. He came off as low T. You want to talk about a guy, an 80-year-old guy, railing against how he was unfairly marginalized in this election. The bottom line is this, Trump. You've run for president 3 times. You ran against 2 women and you ran against a guy. You beat 2 women, but you couldn't beat the guy. What does that say about your masculinity? Not much. And so I think that that's one of the reasons why he's so obsessed with this. It's because he feels as if that it makes him come off as low T himself. Or this is going to be his kind of excuse to basically say, because this election was stolen from me, then I have a right to run for re-election in 2028. Like, is this guy even going to be alive in 2028? Will he even be coherent in 2028? He's already drooling on himself. He's already defecating himself, literally at live events. But, he's suited to be the president. It's fine. He's good. Because he's masculine. He's a masculine man. Meanwhile, he did pay out that $5 million settlement to E. Jean Carroll. Finally was forced to do it. How masculine is that of you? First of all, that you attack this poor woman. Second of all, that you get convicted and then you still are, oh no, I'm innocent. And then third, you try to stall her out on paying her. I mean, geez. And I mean, then you go into like guys like Don Trump Jr., who's like Mr. Big Game Safari Hunter. Yeah, it's real masculine, bro. Go blow away a magnificent creature like a lion or a rhino or something like that. Take its head and mount it on your wall. I can't think of anything more despicable than that. You know, with his fake veneers. I mean, or this Mark Wayne Mullen, you know, who's the secretary of DHS. And he gets on TV and basically says, we're going to arrest any Democrat politicians that try to stand in the way of ICE patrolling cities in your state. Obviously, ICE is disproportionately patrolling blue state cities. Sadly, the Obama administration still has deported more people than the Trump administration, despite the fact that the Trump administration's willing to round up anybody for any reason. I mean, is that what a real man does? Rounds up innocent people, illegal or not, ones that are living here cleanly, paying taxes, maybe sending remittances back home, trying to make a better life for their family. Is that what a real man does? Are you that threatened by people who are black and brown? Or transgender for that matter? And then you got guys like Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general, Trump's former personal attorney, no conflict of interest there. This guy, I will say, is possibly one of the most universally reviled figures in this administration at this point. I don't think he has any allies. The right will vote for him because they're just still trying to curry Trump's favor. But there's enough breakaway guys like Tom Tillis and Cornyn who can sabotage this. And I think will. I mean, it was a bad look for this guy to get up in front of the Senate in his confirmation hearing and get called out for basically spending 9 hours with Ghislaine Maxwell, ostensibly to get her side of the story. But in reality, you're just executing a quid pro quo, whereas she would keep her mouth shut in exchange for her being, you know, downgraded, sent to a country club prison, of which it's happened now twice apparently. And by all accounts, she's living high on the hog for somebody who is a convicted felon doing 20 to life. And he's talking about this, and the Epstein survivors are literally wailing. They're literally crying out in pain in the audience because they can't believe that they're still getting no justice. Is that what a real man does? You have the ability to go after people in positions of power for these heinous crimes and give these people some justice and refuse to do so. They asked him if he'd met with the survivors. So after meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell for 9 hours, he hasn't spent 9 minutes with the survivors. So then he said, oh yeah, I'll do it now, in a desperate attempt to get confirmed. And so he did meet with them, and they spoke with one of the survivors that was at that meeting, and they asked her, how did it go? She was like, it was a joke. He wasn't conciliatory, he wasn't concessionary, he showed no concern for them. Still, through all this time, this is the Department of Justice. Really more the Department of covering Trump's ass, more than anything at this point. And so, our faith in these institutions, the Supreme Court and the DOJ and the DOD, et cetera, Homeland Security, gets stripped away. It's being taken apart brick by brick. 250 years of building up these institutions. And don't get me wrong, this isn't like this is the first scandal in American political history, but this is the most pressing one at this particular time. And yet, still got these cult members. And by the way, I just wanted to say hi to all the people who do comment in my shorts and say I'm a liar and I'm a fake tough guy and my hat is gay and by extension I'm gay. all you do is just underscore my point. So, well, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. More videos to come, more shorts to come. Talk to you guys soon.